Hey everyone, today I'm going to show you how to take one of your courses, this may be for a portfolio or something like that, and how to upload it to AWS. So this is the Amazon Web Service. You can upload it, you can host it there, and then you can link to it. This will basically just link to your course, but you can then go into your Google portfolio or wherever you're building your portfolio, and you can link to this course. So let's go ahead and start with our sample course, and it's pulling up right now. But you can also sign up for a free AWS account. AWS does cost once it starts to get a lot of traffic, but the cost is very minimal. So keep that in mind. So you can come in here and click on Create an AWS account. Now it does require that you put in a credit card in case the cost does start occurring. So that is something to keep in mind as well. I'm going to go ahead and sign into my account first of all. Now, when you sign up for an AWS account, you're going to host these files in what's called an S3 bucket. The S3 bucket can be found by coming up to the top and just typing in S3. And when you click on that, it will take you to that S3 bucket, which right now, since I've already accessed it, I do see S3 right there. So I can go ahead and click on S3. Now, it will show up all the different buckets that you may have, and you can come in and create a new bucket. So I'm going to create a new bucket, and this is going to be just LD test buckets, something that I haven't created yet. And I'm going to leave everything else by default, but right here, I will have to uncheck this. In order for this to be publicly accessed, in order for somebody to view the course, you will have to disable that. If you keep that enabled, this does allow you to store information, so it could be more secure, but I'm going to go ahead and uncheck that. Now, honestly, there may be things that you can keep enabled that I haven't learned yet myself, so you may want to dive a little bit into the AWS kind of configuration and everything like that. So I'm going to go ahead and come in here, and I think that's all that I need to do for now, and I'm going to click on Create Bucket. Now, this allows me to have a spot. Oh, looks like that one already exists. Let's just do Test Bucket 2 and click on Create Bucket. Oh, I acknowledge the settings. I'm going to click on Acknowledge and click on Create Bucket there. Now it allows me to take files and upload those files, but I still have to enable the permissions in order for somebody to be able to view it. So just a couple of steps that you have to do. You have to create the bucket, you have to enable the permissions there, and inside of the bucket, once you start to upload your folder from your zipped file, there's just one more thing that I'm going to show you how to do as well. So I'm going to come into here, and I'm going to publish out my file. Because this is going on a website, I don't need to publish to a learning management system. That just adds on extra files that you don't need because it's honestly not going to be tracked here unless you publish to XAPI and you do like a connection of capturing who the user is. But for now, we're just doing this for demo for portfolio purposes. So I'm going to go into web and click on publish. That is going to create essentially a website. It's going to have HTML files, it's going to have CSS files, it's going to have JavaScript files that I can then take and upload to my AWS bucket, basically. Now it's going to create that folder, and I'm going to minimize this a little bit, but it's going to create that folder. I do want to name that folder to be something different because when it starts to drill down into the folders, you should not have any spaces in that folder. So I'm going to go into this test bucket 2. And this is where I can drag my folder. So once this is done publishing out, I can go ahead and drag the folder there. But in order for this to be accessible, I do have to enable the permissions on this. And you can go into the permissions here. And this is where you can do the permission policy. You're creating a policy of who can access it and who can't. Now, you can read through the documentation of AWS in order to figure out what you need to have here. And you could also come in here and there are options that you can actually check. If I click on edit here, there is add a statement. So you could walk through that. But I took the easy route and I went through ChatGPT. And in ChatGPT, what I did is I simply typed in, how do I make an S3 bucket public? And it gave me the exact code. You go into the permissions, you go into the bucket policy, click on edit, and then this is the code. I'm going to paste that code under my description or within my description on YouTube, so you can just copy it there. Or you can just ask ChatGPT, what is my bucket? Or how do I make this public? So I'm just going to copy that and come in here and just paste that right there. But I do need to change this part right here. Everything can be after the quote up until the slash. I need to keep the slash and the star there. But what do I need to replace it with? Well, that's right up here. So all I have to do is click on copy up here. Go ahead and select everything after the quote. So I'm going to go up to the slash there, and then I'm just going to paste it. That is going to be that bucket 2. This is how I define how the permissions apply to this. So from here, I'm just going to click on Save Changes. That's all I have to do. Any course that I upload now to this bucket will work. You don't have to do anything else. It's going to work here. So I'm going to click on Objects here, and I can go back to my buckets if I want, but I'm still within this bucket here. And it says that I'm finished publishing there, so yay. So great. I'm going to go ahead and just rename this folder to be something simple with no spaces. So I'm going to just say Cooking 101. Now all you have to do is drag in the folder. Once you drag in the folder, you click Upload, and it will keep the folder structures. It'll keep all of that. You just have to drag in the folder at that point. Once this is all uploaded, I can go ahead and click on Close here. Now, what I need to do is point to the right file. So I'm going to go into the folder, the Cooking 101 folder, and this is where I would drag other courses. If I have Cooking 102, I would just drag Cooking 102. But in order to get to the link directly to this course, I need to go into the course, and then I need to go into story.html. That is the main file that gets launched with your Storyline project. So I'm going to click on story.html, and there's my link right there. That's what I can copy. Then I can open that up in a different tab, then paste, and it will take me right to my course. So there's my course. Now I can just copy this link, and I can go into Google Portfolio. I can go into Webflow or whatever tool that I'm using to build my portfolio, create a button on that, and then just add this as the link. So it just pops open the course. So that's how you publish a course to be viewable by anybody on an AWS server. If you want to check out more, head on over to my website at learningdojo.ninja. You can check out all previous blog posts. You can also check out free templates in Articulate Storyline 360 and XAPI. You can also check out full courses covering everything from A to Z in Articulate Storyline 360, Adobe Captivate, XAPI Fundamentals, Camtasia, Articulate Rise, Custom SCORM, and HTML5 video. If you like this video, head on over to my YouTube channel, click the like button, as well as subscribe to my channel and hit the bell notification so you get notified of all future videos as they come out. That really helps my channel, allows me to continue to grow, to produce these videos for you, to help you become the best learning developer that you can be. Also, if you want to check out more videos on how to publish or to create content, I'll link to some below. You can check out some on my channel as well. That's all I have for today, so thanks everyone, and I'll see you next time.